Hello, my friend. Welcome to VUS Learning English Podcast. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here today. Today, we are going to talk about something important, something many of us feel. We are going to talk about shyness, and we will learn a new way to think about it. We will learn how to feel more confident. We will learn how to feel more comfortable. This is a journey we can take together, and I will be with you every step of the way. Before we start, I want to say thank you. Your support means so much to our community. If you enjoy our time together, please think about subscribing. When you subscribe, you help our podcast grow. It helps us reach more English learners around the world. Learners just like you. And I have a question for you. Where are you listening from today? Are you in India? Are you in Ethiopia? Are you in Taiwan? Tell me in the comments. I love to see where all my friends are from. It makes me feel so happy. Okay, are you ready? Let's begin our journey together. Have you ever been called shy? Maybe when you were a small child. Maybe your family said it. Oh, she is the shy one. He is very shy. Maybe you say it about yourself. Maybe you think, I am a shy person. It feels like a simple way to explain a feeling in your heart. When you walk into a room full of people, does your heart beat very fast? Like a drum inside your chest? You might think you were born this way. You might believe that shyness is inside you, like the color of your hair or the color of your eyes. Maybe you think it is a problem in your body, a biological problem, something you cannot change, something you must live with forever. But what if that is not the true story? What if there is another way to see it? Some research says that yes, it is partly biological. Some people are born a little more careful, a little more sensitive. This is called our temperament. But your temperament is not your whole story. It is just the first page. It is just the beginning. What if your biology is not a life sentence? What if you are not stuck? What if the real problem is not your body? What if the real problem is the story you believe? A story you built about yourself. A story on top of that biology. What if shyness is not a problem in your body? What if it is a misunderstanding in your mind? A philosophical misunderstanding? And what if you have the power to change it? Imagine you have a pen in your hand, right now, in this moment. And with that pen, you can write a new story for yourself, a story of confidence, a story of comfort, a story of connection. Would you like to write that story? Let's learn how together. Section 1. The problem, the prison of a label. Let's be honest about the feeling of shyness. Let's talk about what it really feels like. It is not just liking to be in a quiet place. It is more than that. It is a feeling in your body, a very strong physical feeling. Imagine this. You are in a meeting at work, or you are in a class. Someone asks you a question. Everyone is looking at you. Suddenly you feel heat in your face. Your cheeks feel hot and red. Or maybe your mind feels empty, just blank. You want to say something smart. You want to give a good answer, but there are no words in your head. This is a very hard feeling. It can make you feel sad or frustrated. Or think about this. You go to a party. You have a very short conversation. Maybe you talk to someone for just 3 seconds, just a few words. But later that night, you're at home. You're trying to sleep. And you think about that conversation. Again and again and again. You think about it for hours. You worry. You think, did I say something stupid? Did I look strange? Did that person think I was a fool? This is the heavy weight of shyness. It is like a silent scream. Inside you, there's a voice. And that voice wants to connect with people. It wants to make friends. It wants to share ideas. It wants to laugh with others. But there is another feeling too. A feeling of fear. You are afraid of what people will think. You are afraid they will judge you. They will say something bad about you. So you have two strong feelings at the same time. One says, go talk to them. The other says, no, stay here. It's not safe. Psychologists have a name for this. They call it an approach avoidance conflict. Approach means to go towards something. Avoidance means to go away from something. Imagine you are in a car. You are pressing the gas pedal. You want to go forward. But at the same exact time, you are pressing the brake pedal, you are trying to stop. What happens? The car's engine makes a loud noise. It uses a lot of energy, a lot of fuel. But the car does not move. It stays in one place, shaking, stuck. This is what shyness can feel like. You use so much energy. You feel so tired, but you feel stuck. You don't go anywhere. This feeling is so deep, so strong. It feels like it must be part of our biology. And in one way, that is true. It is an old feeling from a very, very long time ago. Let's use our imagination. Picture an early human, thousands and thousands of years ago. Imagine this person is sitting by a fire at night. They are with their family, their tribe. They feel safe. Suddenly, a person walks out of the dark trees, a stranger. The early human does not know this person. Is this stranger a friend? Or is this stranger an enemy? Does this stranger have a weapon? In that world, being careful was very important. Being suspicious was a good idea. It was a way to stay safe. It was a way to survive. The early human who was cautious, who waited and watched the stranger. That human lived. They were able to have children, and their children were also cautious. But what about the early human who was not cautious? The one who ran to every stranger with open arms? Maybe that person was friendly, but maybe that person got hurt. So a long time ago, shyness was a tool. It was a survival tool. It helped us manage risk. It helped us stay alive. But here's the important part. Your life today is very different. You are not living in a dangerous forest. You are living in a world of coffee shops and office meetings and birthday parties and dating apps. The world has changed, but your brain still has some of that old programming, that old software. So when your brain sees a group of new people, it can sometimes feel the same old danger. It puts up a big red sign. The sign says, danger. Your brain thinks a group of strangers at a party is the same as a strange person in the dark woods. That is why the feeling is so strong. Your body really believes your life is in danger. It is trying to protect you. But it is using an old map for a new world. If this feeling sounds familiar to you, please know you are not alone. You are not the only one. Studies and research show something amazing. About half of all adults say they are shy. 50%? Think about a room with 10 people. 5 of them might feel shy. So you are in good company. Now we need to understand some important differences. Shyness is not the same as introversion. What is introversion? Introversion is about your energy. It is about how you get your energy back. Introverts feel tired after a lot of social time. They need to be alone to recharge their battery. Like a phone, they need to plug in to quiet time. An introvert can be very confident. They are not afraid of people. They just have a smaller social battery. They enjoy quiet. Shyness is different. Shyness is the fear of being judged, the fear of what other people think. You can be an introvert who is not shy. You can be an extrovert who is shy. An extrovert is someone who gets energy from people. And you can be a shy introvert. The two can go together, but they are not the same thing. We also need to say what we are not talking about. We are not talking about clinical social anxiety disorder. That is a medical condition. It is a very strong and constant fear. It can stop you from living your life. It is very serious. And it often needs help from a doctor or a therapist. If you feel this way, it is very important to ask for help. And that is a very brave thing to do. Today we are talking about everyday shyness. That feeling you get in a moment. The fear that people will think something bad about you. The fear of negative judgment. It is like stage fright, performance anxiety. But the stage is everywhere. The stage is every conversation, every meeting, every party. Our world today often loves loud people. It celebrates the person who talks the most. So this old survival tool, this shyness, it starts to feel like a problem, a personal flaw, something wrong with you. Society can send you a message. The message is, you should be more outgoing. You should talk more. What's wrong with you? And when you hear a message enough times, you start to believe it. The feeling of shyness becomes an idea. The idea is, I am a shy person. It is not just a feeling anymore. It becomes who you are, your identity. And that label, I am shy, it can feel like a prison. A prison you built with just one word. A prison built from a label. But what if you have the key to this prison? What if you can walk out? Section 2. The thesis. The philosophical shift. This is where everything changes. This is where we find our power. The feeling of shyness might start in our biology. A tendency can be biological. But the identity of being a shy person, that is philosophical. What does this mean? What does philosophical mean here? It means the problem is not really in your body. The root of the problem is in how you see the world, your worldview, your beliefs. A person who feels shy often makes a big mistake. It is a mistaken thinking. They see a big space between themselves and other people, a gap that is impossible to cross. They have an idea. The idea is, everyone else is confident. Everyone else is perfect. Everyone else belongs. I do not belong. The shy person looks around a room. They do not see other people. They see judges, like in a courtroom. And all the judges are ready to say, you are guilty. You are not good enough. They believe they are the only one who is nervous, the only one who feels strange, the only one with a busy, messy mind. This is the philosophical mistake. It is a wrong idea about reality. It is not true. Let's talk about the truth. The truth is everyone has their own problems. Everyone has their own fears. That confident person you are afraid to talk to, maybe they had a fight with their family this morning. Maybe they are worried about money. That perfect woman leading the big meeting at work, maybe she is very scared inside. Maybe she is panicking about a deadline. That social guy at the party who talks to everyone, the one who looks so easy and happy, maybe he has his own deep worries, his own insecurities. You think they are perfect. You think you are uniquely imperfect. You think you are the only one who is flawed. This is the lie. This is the big lie that shyness tells you. And this lie is the fuel. It is the gasoline for the engine of shyness. This is what we mean by a story. You have been telling yourself a story for a long time. The story goes like this. I am a shy person. People are waiting to judge me. If I say something, it will be the wrong thing. Then people will not like me. I am different from everyone else. You have said these sentences to yourself thousands of times. It is like a script for a play. And you are the main actor. The character is the shy one. You have practiced your role. You know all the lines perfectly. You have become a very good actor. For a role you did not even want to play. But here's a secret. A beautiful secret. You are not just the actor. You are also the writer and you are the director. The script is not finished. It is not set in stone. You can change it. The feeling of shyness is real. That fast heartbeat, that hot face, that is a real physical sensation. But the meaning you give to that feeling, that is a choice. The story you build around that feeling, that is a choice. Right now, you feel the fast heartbeat and you think, see, this proves it. I am shy. I am broken. But you can choose a new thought, a new story, a new interpretation. This is the philosophical shift. This is the big change in thinking. You move from, I am this way, I cannot change. This is called biological determinism. And you move to, I feel this feeling, but I choose my relationship with it. This is philosophical freedom. You start to understand something amazing. The problem is not the feeling itself. The problem is the story you wrapped around the feeling. The feeling is just a feeling. It's a rush of chemicals. It's an old computer program running in your brain. The story is what makes it powerful. The story is what turns a quick feeling into an identity for your whole life. And if you wrote the old story, even if you did not know you were writing it, you can absolutely write a new one. You have the power, you have the pen. So let's learn how to write that new story. Section 3. The solution. Rewriting your story. A new story is not written by wishing. It is not written by just thinking. It is written by doing, by taking small, deliberate actions. Let's think of this like a class, a writer's workshop, and the subject is you, your own amazing identity. We will learn 4 steps. 4 clear, concrete steps to rewrite your story. Step 1. Become the narrator, mindfulness and self-awareness. The first step is to see what the old story says. Before you can change a story, you must read it. Right now, you are lost inside the story. You are the character, feeling all the fear. We need to take a step back. We need to become the narrator. What does a narrator do? A narrator in a book observes the character. The narrator sees the character's thoughts. The narrator sees the character's feelings, but the narrator does not get lost in them. The narrator just watches. This is the main idea of mindfulness. Here's how you can practice. It is very simple. The next time you feel that shyness, that jolt of anxiety, maybe you walk into a room and that old script starts playing in your head. Everyone is looking at you. They are all judging you. In the past, you tried to fight this feeling, or you believed it completely. This time, do something different. Don't fight it, and don't believe it. Just notice it. Be the narrator. Talk to yourself inside your head in a calm, curious voice. You can say to yourself, that is interesting. A fast heart rate is happening right now. A story is starting to play. The story is about being judged. The main idea of the story is, I don't belong here. Now there is a feeling of wanting to look at my phone. There is an urge to hide. Do you see the difference? It is a small change, but it is very powerful. You are not the panic anymore. You are watching the panic, observing it. You create a little bit of space, a tiny, peaceful space between you and the feeling. You are the sky, and the feeling is just a cloud passing by. This simple act of naming what is happening, it takes the power away from the fear. The monster is not so scary when you can turn on the light and look at it. When you can look at the thought, they think I'm boring, instead of looking from the thought becomes weak. It stops being a fact. It becomes what it truly is. Just a thought, just a line of dialogue from an old, tired script. You can practice this anywhere, anytime. You are waiting in line to buy coffee. You feel the desire to look at the floor, to become small. Narrate it. An urge to look at the floor is present. A story is playing about not wanting to be seen. You are talking to someone, and your mind suddenly goes blank. Narrate it. A moment of mental blankness is happening. A second story is now starting. This story says that this blankness proves I am not smart. The more you do this, the more you will understand. These feelings and thoughts are not you, they are just events. They happen inside you, but they are not the real you. And you are the narrator. You are the one who is aware. And the narrator gets to decide what happens next in the story. Step 2. Edit the script, cognitive reappraisal. Okay, so now you can watch the old script. You can see the old lines. The next step is to edit those lines, to change the words. This is a tool from a type of psychology. It is called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. But we can think about it in a simple way. You are the editor of your own mind. Your job is to find the lines that are not true, the distorted lines, and rewrite them with something better, something more realistic, more true. Let's learn 3 powerful ways to edit your script. 3 editing techniques. Editing technique 1, de-pedestalize everyone. What does de-pedestalize mean? A pedestal is a high stand. You put a statue on a pedestal to show it is important. The biggest mistake in the old script is that you put other people on pedestals. Your old script says, they are all confident and perfect. I am nervous and flawed. We must edit this line. We must rewrite it. A wise philosopher named Montaigne said something wonderful. He said, "On the highest throne in the world, we still sit only on our own bottom." This is a funny but very deep idea. It means everyone is human. No matter how important someone looks, no matter how confident they seem, they are just a person, a human being. They have worries. They have strange habits. They have fears, just like you. They worry about what other people think of them. Yes, it's true. Even the people you feel most scared of. So your new line in the script is this: that person is just another person. When you look at a room of judges, make a choice. Choose to see a room of fellow humans. Each one is a little broken. Each one is a little beautiful, just like you. When you do this, the big gap between you and them disappears. It gets smaller and smaller, instantly. Editing technique 2, the humanization checklist. This is a fun mission, a practical game for your next social event, like a party or a meeting. Your old goal was to impress people. Your old goal was to be liked. Your new goal is different. Your new goal is to be a detective of humanity. For every person you meet, your mission is to find 2 things, just 2 things. First, find one thing you genuinely like or find interesting about them. Maybe it's the way their eyes look happy when they talk about their dog. Maybe it's their kind smile. Maybe they have a warm laugh. This simple task forces your brain to look for good things. It stops your brain from looking for judgment. Second, and this is the most important part, find one shared human thing, one piece of common ground. Your job is to find proof that they are human. Do they say they are tired? Human. Do they complain about the traffic on the way to the party? Human. Do they show you a picture of their child on their phone? Human. Do they say they are happy it's Friday? Boom, human. Every time you find one of these things, the pedestal breaks a little more. The person becomes real, not a judge, just a person. Editing technique 3. Adopt the buyer's mindset. What is a mindset? It is a way of thinking. For most of your life, you have used a seller's mindset. A seller is someone who sells things. You go to a social event and you think, I am the product. I need to sell myself. I hope they like me. I hope they approve of me. When you think this way, you give all your power away. They have all the power. You have none. We are going to flip the script. Turn it upside down. From now on, you will use a buyer's mindset. A buyer is someone who buys things. A buyer chooses. You are not there to be judged. You are there to see if you like it there. Your time is important. Your energy is valuable. So the question is not, will they like me? The new question is, do I like them? Is this conversation interesting to me? Is this a person I want to know better? Is this a place where I feel good? This is not about being arrogant or rude. It is about self-respect. It is about knowing your own value. When you are busy thinking, is this person a good person for my life? You have less time and energy to worry. You have less mental space to worry about what they think of you. You take your power back. If this idea feels good to you, if changing from a seller to a buyer makes sense, then please take a moment to press the like button. or subscribe to our channel. When you do that, you send us a message. You tell us that these conversations are important. You tell us that rewriting our stories is a project we should do together. Thank you. Now let's get back to our writer's workshop. Let's create our new main character. Step 3. The new protagonist, action and behavior. A protagonist is the main character in a story. That's you. A new script is not enough. The actor must perform the new script. You must act in a new way. You have to turn your new philosophy, your new way of thinking, into action, into what you do. Let's learn 3 powerful actions. Action 1. Set low stakes intentions. Stakes means how much you can win or lose. High stakes means a big risk. Low stakes means a small risk. Your old goal was very big and impossible. Your old goal was, don't be awkward, or be confident. How do you measure that? You can't. So you always feel like you are failing. The new protagonist, the new you, sets different goals. The new goals are clear, they are small, and you can achieve them. Before you go to a party or an event, don't tell yourself, I need to be social. That is too big. Instead, give yourself a small mission, a mission you can win. For example, my intention is to learn the names of 3 new people. That's it. Or my intention is to ask one person a question about their weekend. Do you see the change? The goal is not about an internal feeling, be confident. The goal is about an external action, learn 3 names. You cannot control if you feel confident, but you can absolutely control if you learn 3 names. This changes a scary test into a simple game, a game you know how to win. And every time you win, you teach your brain something new. You create a new circle of success, not a circle of fear. Each small win builds your confidence little by little. Action 2. Master the unspoken script, body language. Your body talks. It sends messages without words. This is body language. Your body's position, your posture does 2 things. It shows your emotions, and it can also change your emotions. A shy body tells a story of fear. It closes itself to protect you. Your shoulders come forward. Your head goes down. You don't look at people's eyes. We need to teach our body a new language, a language of openness and calm. Let's start with your shoulders. Shyness loves to live in the shoulders. We pull them up and forward, like we are trying to hide inside a shell. Here is the most powerful physical change you can make. It is very simple. Right now, as you are listening, slowly roll your shoulders up toward your ears, then roll them back, and then let them drop down. Let them feel heavy and relaxed. This small action does 2 things. Physically, it opens your chest. This helps you breathe more deeply, and deep breaths send a signal of calm to your brain. Philosophically, it sends a message. It says, I am open. I am not afraid. I am not a threat. Let's try one more. It's called the head tilt. When you're listening to someone talk, gently tilt your head just a little to the side. This is a very small, subtle movement, but it is very powerful. This gesture shows your neck. The neck is a vulnerable or unprotected part of the body. So when you tilt your head, you are sending a subconscious message. The message is, I trust you. I am not guarding myself. I am listening carefully to you. This makes the other person feel safe and comfortable with you. And when they feel comfortable, you start to feel more comfortable too. Action 3. The exposure challenge. A hero in a story becomes stronger by facing challenges, by stepping outside their comfort zone. You need to do the same thing, gently, slowly, progressively. You need to collect evidence, proof. You need to prove to your brain that the world is not so scary, that your old story is wrong. Let's try an example. The old story in your head says, if I ask a stupid question, everyone will laugh at me. So here is your challenge, a very small challenge. Go into a store, a grocery store, or a bookshop. Ask an employee a question that you already know the answer to. A very simple question like, excuse me, what time do you close today? Or, can you tell me where the water is? They will answer you politely, and then you will leave. The world will not end. Nobody will laugh. You just collected a piece of evidence. Evidence. Asking a simple question is safe. Let's try another one. The old story says, if I share my real opinion, people will reject me. They will not like me anymore. So here's your challenge. Share a very low-stakes opinion with a coworker or a friend you trust. Say something like, I thought that movie was okay, but a little long. Or, I actually prefer tea more than coffee. The other person will either agree or disagree, but they will not banish you. They will not end the friendship. You just collected more evidence. Evidence. Disagreeing about small things does not equal rejection. Start with very small steps. Prove to yourself one action at a time that the prison walls of shyness are not made of stone. They are much weaker than you think. Step 4. Directing others, shifting focus. This is the final step, and it feels like a secret trick. A cheat code for overcoming shyness. The secret is this. Get out of your own head and get into their head. Focus all your attention on the other person, intensely, with great curiosity. Think of yourself as the director of a movie scene. Your main job is not to worry about your own performance. Your main job is to make your scene partner, the other actor, feel comfortable, to help them give their best performance. When you are completely focused on making them feel good, you have no mental energy left to worry about yourself. Your self-consciousness just melts away. How do you do this? Here are some simple tools. Use simple opening lines. Start a conversation by saying something about the shared reality, the thing you are both experiencing. For example, if you are at an event, wow, there are a lot of people here tonight. Or, this music is really nice. It is very simple. It creates an instant, easy connection. You are in the same moment together. Another tool is to reflect what you see. Notice their emotional state and mention it gently. If someone looks happy and is smiling, you can say, "You look like you're having a great time." This is a warm observation. It is an invitation for them to share their story. And if you don't know what to say, remember the Ford method. F-O-R-D. These are 4 topics that people usually enjoy talking about. F is for family. O is for occupation, their job. R is for recreation, what they do for fun. D is for dreams, their hopes for the future. You can ask simple questions. Do you have any brothers or sisters? What kind of work do you do? What do you like to do for fun on the weekends? Are you working on any exciting projects right now? These questions are like a spotlight. You are turning the spotlight away from you, and you are shining it on them. And guess what? Most people love being in the spotlight. They love to talk about themselves, and they will love you for asking. Finally, as the director, you must change how you see mistakes. In the old story, a mistake was a disaster. If you said the wrong word or forgot someone's name, it was a catastrophe, proof that you are a failure. In the new story, a mistake is a gift. Yes, a gift. When you make a small social mistake, you show that you are human. You show that you are not perfect. This sends a powerful, beautiful message to the other person. The message is, I am not perfect, so you don't have to be perfect either. It is safe to be a normal human being around me. Your imperfection gives them permission to be imperfect too. This builds real connection, a connection that is much stronger than any perfect, clever sentence. Section 4. Living the new story. Now, it is important to be realistic. This does not mean you will never feel shy again. That feeling, that quick jolt of fear, it might still come. Remember that ancient human? That old hardware is still part of your brain. It is still there. So the goal is not to completely destroy the feeling. You don't need to eradicate it. The goal is for that feeling to lose its power. The goal is for that feeling to no longer be the author of your life. The feeling of shyness becomes a small character in your story, not the main narrator. It's like a worried friend who sometimes pops up. A friend who says, "Oh, be careful, there are new people here." And you can listen to that friend. You can hear their concern. And you can say, "Thank you for looking out for me. I appreciate it. But I'm the writer of this scene now, and I've got this." And then you continue with your new script, with your open body language, with your buyer's mindset, with your focus on the other person. You start to notice something amazing. Social energy is contagious. It spreads from person to person. When you walk into a room with your shoulders back, when you focus on making others feel good, when you operate from a place of self-respect, you don't just change how you feel, you change how others feel too. You change the feeling in the whole room. You become like a thermostat. A thermostat sets the temperature in a room. It makes the room warmer or cooler. The old you was like a thermometer. A thermometer only reflects the temperature. If the room was cold and awkward, you felt cold and awkward. Now you can be the thermostat. Your calm, open, curious presence makes other people feel calm. It makes them feel more open. You create a warm and comfortable space for everyone. This is the true meaning of the buyer's mindset. It is not about being arrogant. It is about having deep respect for yourself and having a generous heart for others. You know that you have something good to offer. You can offer your attention. You can offer your curiosity. You can offer your ability to listen. You stop being a social beggar, hoping that people will give you little pieces of approval. And you become a host, a generous host, inviting people into a comfortable, safe space that you have created, a space where it's okay to be human. This journey leads to a deep realization, the self that you are trying so hard to protect. That perfect, flawless person you are afraid of failing to be. It's not real. It's an illusion. an idea. Shyness is the fear of breaking that illusion. The fear is not about other people. The fear is about that fragile idea of a perfect self being broken. True confidence is not believing that you are perfect. True confidence is knowing that you don't have to be. True confidence is being okay with being human. Being okay with being perfectly imperfect. For many years, maybe you have lived in a prison, and you believed the walls of the prison were made of biology. You thought you were born inside that prison. But today, I hope you see something new. Those walls are not made of brick or stone. They are made of words. They are made of a story. A story that told you there was a huge gap between you and other people. A story that told you that you were the one who was flawed. The one who was on trial in the court of social life. A story that was kept alive by an old, outdated survival program in your brain. But you can write a new story. You do it by becoming the calm observer of your own mind, the narrator. You do it by editing the old script, by seeing other people as human just like you, by using a buyer's mindset. You do it by acting like a new character, with open body language and small, easy goals. And you do it by being the director, by focusing all your kind attention on other people. Shy is just a label. It is not a life sentence. Labels are for things in a supermarket like cans of soup. Labels are not for human beings. You are not a can of soup. You are infinite. You are complex. You are always changing and growing. You are the author of your own life. The pen has always been in your hand. So the only question left is this: what new story will you choose to write starting today? I have a small challenge for you. A homework assignment for this week. Please try just one thing from our conversation today. Just one small thing. Maybe you will set one low-stakes intention. I will say hello to one person in the elevator. Maybe you will just practice rolling your shoulders back. When you walk into a room, maybe you will try the humanization checklist on just one person. Find one nice thing and one human thing about them. Whatever you choose, please try it. And then come back here. Share your story in the comments below. Let's build a community of writers. A workshop of friends who are all writing braver stories for ourselves. Let's share what works. Let's share what is hard. Let's share what we learn. Your story might be the exact story that someone else needs to hear. Your story might help someone else pick up their pen and start writing their own new story. Learning a new way of being takes time. It takes practice. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. You're doing a wonderful job. Just by being here, you're taking a beautiful step. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. It was an honor to be with you. Keep going, keep learning, keep writing your beautiful story. See you next time, my friend.